suspense is finally going to end here because we are going to know with game number 3 coming at you. Let's take a look, guys. Complexity taking on Stay Green. Game number 3. All right, Stay Green, Legion side, Complexity, Hellborn side. A quick note as well on another series taking place, obviously Trademark versus Lion Esports Club. The other winners bracket semifinals, it does look like TDM takes that series 2-0. So again, just continuing their dominating trend. They'll be playing the winner of this series next week in the winners bracket finals. So Lions, they give them a definitely better effort in game 2 from what I could tell on the stat screen. But again, it is Trademark Esports after all.
Right.
And, they're damn good. So taking out Lions there. Anyways, this game, we got our blind bands. Same thing for the, well, not from both teams necessarily, but Stay Green and Wild Soul Moon Queen. That is the same. But then Deadwood and then Tempest here for Complexity. So changing it up a little bit. No Ophelia band this time. And as a result, we see that first locked, actually.
No Ophelia band, and Keeper of the Forest has sort of been the
wild card, yeah.
The wild card for each game here, but opting to ban the Tempest instead, knowing they're going against Keeper for Legion, leads me to believe. Well, okay, there's the Ophelia though. Maybe not. Actually, they locked Ophelia, they locked Keeper. Yeah, so it's interesting. We do see SG like to roll with that Ophelia a lot. There's no Tempest counterpick, so we've actually seen them wind up with their god comp of Deadwood, Master, Ophelia, Keeper, and I forget some support hero, right? Whatever they're going to run. But I feel like those days are over. You're not going to see that obviously happen again for a while now. But yeah, it's kind of interesting to see this Ophelia versus Keeper lock again. We've seen it before. Swindle locking Electrician instantly. They have been known to run Electrician.
Yeah. Yeah, they definitely have, and so I don't see that as a trollish lock whatsoever. Keizu especially plays that Electrician. I've also seen Slicks play it, actually, in certain cases as well for Stay Green.
Who else you see it is Moon Meander.
Yeah.
And I used to see Riser play Electrician a lot back in the day. So
it's been a while, but it's possible. Hey, you know who else played Electrician?
I don't know who you're talking about. I have no idea.
You know what I'm talking about. You.
No. I never played that trash hero.
Good old Brized Electrician. Banding phase coming up here. Plague Rider, Parasite, Tundra, Fade, Zephyr. It seems like actually a lot of similar, well, it usually happens, of course, similar bands. Pebbles is to finish things off. So heroes we've seen early on in the series as well. Going to be banned out here. But first pick potential, you got Engineer left open. Right away standing out to me as far as a possibility here. Draconis is left open as well. Silhouette once again.
Yeah. I also like that B-Kid sort of locked the Master because it creates a lot of pressure with how valued the Ophelia and the Keeper are. It means if they go for one of those 2 picks first, they're pretty much guaranteed that plus a Master if they so choose.
Yep.
Taking it away from SG.
Now, the interesting thing about Electrician to keep in mind as well is he's solid against Electrician, he's solid against Master of Arms, actually. We have seen the combination of the two is on the same team just for the sake of it, but SG's ran, but obviously with that Purge, it can be powerful against a Master's Call, whether it's offensive or defensive, as long as he's nearby, of course. So, and then, with Keeper of the Forest, dealing with him, that Purge can be a very effective tool. So,
coming out from who?
Electrician.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Yeah. Wouldn't be surprised to see him, honestly, even with the strong lock pull there because of that. So, Rally, though, was the first pick by Stay Green. So, interesting stuff there. Again, there's a lot of potential first pick heroes on the board, including the Engineer like I talked about, Silhouette, even Draconis. But going with the Rally option here, when I want to guarantee themselves that. They do love that hero. I've been showing that off a lot lately.
Yeah, I mean, they're obviously looking for, well, they don't have to grab support right away, but their support of choice. Between the Glacius, Luna, I mean, there's even an Engineer. Oh, I missed Engineer being on the board. That was obvious. And busting out the Magnus. I feel like I haven't seen this coming out of Complexity for some time now, and obviously B-Kid's Magnus, and when they started running an aggressive style again, it was with B-Kid on that Magnus Engineer lane mid, and I feel like they sort of drove Engineer to higher popularity again in recent days, a little bit before DreamHack, so I like it.
Yeah, Franzi plays a great Engineer, and TT Esports definitely brought it on as well, but I think Complexity really made it a staple, if anything. But you're right, Magnus in general, he kind of did go through a null phase there for the last, for several cycles in HoN Tour, honestly. We never really saw him, but this last cycle and now this one, he has picked up steam more, and go figure.
Picked up steam.
Yeah, somebody catching that. Okay. B-Kid, though, does play a swag miss that everyone knows, so We'll
Yeah.
see if he eventually gets his hands on it or not. But
Mhm.
Luna first picked, or not first picked, but picked up over here for SG. Thinking about the last one though. I mean, you look at the lock, but you got to figure out.
Yes.
Ooh, they are going to go the Arachna this
You
time
know what that
again.
tells me?
What's up?
Well, I don't know for sure, but I'm curious to see if they're actually going to go for the Ophelia or not.
Yeah. I.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I feel like they're not gonna pass up keeper, and
I
they're the most aggressive lineup. But actually, I could see it.
I
I could
could
definitely
see
see it.
them. I could see them going
Actually,
keeper, giving them Ophelia Master of Arms, but then going electrician to finish it off. Honestly,
yeah, I could see that too.
so we'll see.
I just seen them intentionally draft Arachna, and it's the only time I've seen SG do it. So I can't get exactly inside Stone Mountain's minds, but I've seen them draft the Arachna every single time against the keeper of the forest lineups. Granted, they could just feel like he's a powerful hero anyway, and they're not drafting him specifically as a counter. And obviously, having Arachna and Electrician could be pretty powerful. Yeah. So we'll see. Yeah, we could see them giving Complexity Keeper though.
Yeah, it's a tough choice.
Yeah,
Okay,
see it.
it is going to be Ophelia. Yeah. So you got to think at least keeper here for complexity, and then whether or not they. But this does put complexity in a tough spot too, because now do you give SG a Master of Arms, or do you have to pick it up yourself here with these lane setups? And but can they? I don't even think they can unless they run around 2 dual lanes with double support and run a suicide keeper. So actually, more I'm thinking about it now, I think this is a lot better for Stay Green.
Yeah.
Okay, they are going to go the keeper Master of Arms,
Then,
and
I'm expecting to see we were talking about the attrition. I don't know if that's gonna happen or not, but I would like to see it.
well, what do they have right now? They got the Arachna short lane, a Luna Rally mid, Ophelia jungle. We'll probably
They
see
can fit it.
Bubbles.
Yeah, probably.
I mean,
We can
Electrician, yeah, we can. Yeah, you're right.
We
Especially
can
with the
definitely
Keeper
see it.
Master. Actually, does it purge off Cataclysmic Assault? I don't even know if that can
Yes,
be
as
purged.
far as I know.
Huh.
But Nullstone, usually is picked up under Kona, so
Yeah.
it's pretty difficult to, find an opening for that.
I never
So.
thought about that, though. Wow. That's interesting. But yeah,
It
maybe this
also
was an
punches
open.
off Blazing Flight, as far as I know.
Yeah, I would think. Yeah, definitely that. But is Cataclysmic
They're,
Assault
they're
a buff?
thinking about it. I
guess
mean,
so,
obviously, talking about they want the lanes to be there. They might just go for a safer option
Hmm.
in a mobile laner, looking at that Haggard Bubbles. But the attrition could be pretty powerful. You know what's bad against engineers sometimes, though? It can be really hard to move around, but they're going with it.
Okay. Whoa. What just happened?
What do you mean?
My sound just got really crazy.
Yeah, you sound really crazy to me, too, yeah.
Do I?
Yeah.
I don't know what that was about. Okay, there we go. Now it's back to normal. something freaked out there. Oh, gotcha. Okay, so we did see the electrician though, final pick as you're mentioning, and so against engineer, yeah, maybe can be a little bit of a nuisance there, but having that purge for so many reasons clearly, especially if you can purge off the Cataclysmic Assault too. I mean that it's almost as the case that there's just too many options, honestly. But holy crap! By the way, wow, this Arachna skin. Oh my god, that thing is huge.
Yeah, the brass Arachna, yeah.
It's almost freaky as hell. I'm not a big spider fan. That thing just looks creepy.
Yeah, I do like. I also, in particular, like the combination. When I was thinking about electrician, I was going back more so to thinking about if electrician can get a decent start, the pressure in Ophelia plus an electrician can put on the towers is huge. Having that strong front man electrician almost unkillable early on, the effects of that, just amplified by the Ophelia. And then if he even does get low, send him back and you're fine. So they can push really well together. I don't know though. Like, yeah, the only thing that makes me hesitant is Master might eventually get an All-Fire Blade. Being played in the carry role can be pretty good against attrition. And also, once again, the Engineer. The Engineer ultis could be devastating for him if he's not able to pick up a Shrunken Head. He needs that mobility sometimes in fights.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, what are we gonna see here from Complexity's lane though? That was the curious thing to me because seeing those final couple of picks, that's where I was getting at of how they're actually gonna lane things here. Because are we gonna maybe even see it? Because I figured honestly it would be a support Master of Arms. It would be just dual support, but he does build more of a carry items. I mean, maybe I kind of wonder if that's just maybe as silly as it sounds. Again, you said them talking about the 6 minutes and not wanting to there was that recent incident where State Green versus TDM. They waited the 6 minutes, and then they unpaused shortly after that. Of course, we do run a 6-minute delay here on the stream for obvious
Oh,
reasons.
you're talking, yeah, in that nature. I've seen a
Yeah.
lot of scrims, Moon playing secondary support,
Yeah, I kind of
Frenzy
wonder
playing
if maybe he
primary.
did that just in case, as look at that, I'm going carry, we're throwing you off, but now he's going to sell his items and then go support. So
That being said, we very well could just be looking at the keeper jungle again. I don't know. We don't. He did go the minions first, obviously, which doesn't really tell us anything. But I'm not really sure. Yeah, I'm not really entirely sure. I mean, if we see keeper jungle, then you can definitely see master do the same kind of thing. We'll just have an extra soul lane open, so
yeah,
you can always do a man up dual lane or something. But they have an Ophelia, so going a man up dual lane against that would be not too wise.
yeah.
And you can't really. I mean, they could do a suicide mag, but B Kid's playing. I don't know. Like B Kid does play the suicide, so they could run a suicide mag, do an NG master mid and Draconis top, but not the strongest of lanes.
Yeah, again, we've seen, obviously, you even saw that the first game, I think it was, Kids, you played that Suicide Mag, and State Green has been doing that a lot lately, but I don't know if other teams have necessarily been practicing that, and not to say that Beacon couldn't do that by any means, but yeah, we're just so used to seeing him being priority farm on Magnus, and not being in that tough situation, so
Right. It
would
would
find it hard to believe if that would be the case, so. Well,
maybe we'll wind up seeing the secondary support Magnus instead.
no, with Beacon? Are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
You're like, yeah.
There's no way the swag miss is going support. Are you joking?
This is why don't go support. Beacon just leaves the game after Riser buys those items.
Yeah.
It's
Screw this. I really do think Moonmeander was kind of being trollish here, and as like a just in case.
3 mins pausing.
Don't remake. Are you kidding me? Please don't remake. That's just silly. Okay, we are gonna go ahead and be ready here apparently. So okay, so why would we remake? That's just
It
come
hasn't
on.
even been 6 minutes. I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, there we go. All right, we are remaking. Here we go. Here we go. Let's see. Master of Arms. What is he gonna do? All right, he's keeping the items. Interesting. I was overthinking it apparently.
Okay, so they actually.
They are gonna suicide Magnus. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. We talked about it potentially happening, but we just. They are going with
There's
Master.
obviously many ideas going around. All right.
It was-
A lot of talk back and forth. These teams love each other, by the way. You can probably
You got
tell.
in my head when you were talking about him, Riser potentially selling the items.
I know. I thought it was gonna come. Let's be honest. It's Moon Meander too. It's something he would do. So, but no. Again, I overthought it.
I've seen Moon's master play. I have been impressed by it before.
Yeah.
Yeah, just both in a mix. I'm not sure if I've seen it in scrims. I saw Frenzy playing at one, and him playing like a Glacius, but I've seen it in TMMs and such. I always thought he played the hero very, very well. Yeah, should be interesting.
All right. So as far as we're so focused on complexities landing phase, again for State Green, it seemed like a little bit more obvious as far as they set up. You know, something like the Luna Rally mid, the Affiliate jungle. You got your Arachna short solo, and then of course Electrician in that suicide lane. He will be matched up against Draconis and apparently a passive jungling Keeper of the Forest. How do you think Electrician will fare, actually? He did get pulled region as well. Do you think he can actually have a decent time against Draconis, or will it still be difficult? Here at the top lane.
At the top lane, Electrician should be able to just farm still. I mean, he has some fold regen. Using his energy absorption, he should be okay. He's not going to just do swimmingly, obviously. He's sort of left up there alone, unless he gets some gank support coming out from a Luna, but
Yeah.
I mean, he'll get his farm in. I don't think it'll be as bad as when you saw the silhouette versus the mag the previous game, but
All right, Master of Arms starting out by himself here in the middle lane, but Engineer eventually coming over. I think he might have just been waiting to see if State Green was doing anything a little bit crafty or if they go with what they expected in. So it is going to be that Raleigh Luna mid, though, so Engineer will join Master of Arms, and or will he? It's almost as if he was heading bottom, actually, but nope, he is going to stay here in the middle lane. Moon Meander again playing the Master of Arms. What of this matchup now? I mean, do you see either one of these sides having a clear advantage here in the middle lane?
middle lane, okay, you have the Master NG lane versus the Rally Luna. Rally Luna is a little bit stronger in my opinion still. But that being said, NG is pretty tanky. They're both like fairly stocky as you know. You see Master of Arms as support sometimes, but as a support he's like fairly stocky, fairly high base armor. I still give it to a Luna Rally. Yeah,
Yeah.
I do.
All right, we'll see. Swinamelons is on the rally, of course. Again, a hero he loves to play lately. But we'll keep an eye on that the creep farm and see how it progresses. Bottom. What's that?
Oh my god. I didn't realize this beef was just telling me, but listen to this Arachna attack, this skin. It quacks.
It quacks?
Yeah, it makes a little quacking sound.
I don't know if I haven't heard it just yet. Obviously, she's falling back, but
Okay.
I'll keep
pay attention.
I'll keep that in mind. Oh yeah, wow. Yeah, I do notice that. Yeah, that's silly. God,
awesome.
that is a freaky skin. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Arachnophobia going
dreams,
on.
Yeah.
Yeah. But speaking of this matchup, I mean, you look at the harassment that he just puts on Magnus. It's so easy for him, it seems like. And actually, Magnus, I don't know if he did go stats. Maybe he's just saving that skill point. I want to say he's saving it, but he only has a 2 into Lava Surge currently. It's level 3 at least, though. So, you know, he hopefully for his sake should be fine, especially if he gets that Steam Bath. I mean, it shouldn't be too easy for Arachna to get killed by any means. Granted, when he gets level 6, that'll change, of course. But he is going to stun in right here, actually, apply some auto attack damage. And there's the Steam Bath. So kind of being a little bit annoying for him and trying to even steal some creep kills right there. But yeah, Magnus, it's a very, very difficult lane setup for him, for sure, at that bottom lane.
That was actually a huge play by Friends. He disrupted some CS at the tower as well with that keg, knowing he was going to try to go for it. So.
Yeah. That was Raleigh building. He does go the battle experience once again, just like we saw B-Kid last game, or the previous early game one, I believe.
Makes it a little easier to CS against dual range as well. They do have lane control. Oh, he's missing quite a bit of CS at the tower, though.
Another one right there. Get this one. Yes.
Good.
Master of Arms does have the slight advantage, 9-3 compared to 8-4, but again, still very early on.
Yeah.
Not too much to really make of that just yet, at least. You have your junglers, Keep the Force. Of course, he's having he's around 200 gold per minute right now, so starting off slow as usual. So is Ophelia a little bit better of a time, 240 gold per minute. Coming out from Chessie here. Arachna, though, is the true top farmer in the game. She just hits level 5 right there as well, but Arachna 22-12 currently. You got Draconis here at the top side. He's 19-3, so Arachna is having the slight advantage there, too. Both sides, their creep camps are blocked by Ward of Sights. Granted, the top one did spawn, actually, the first one, so at least they do have that there for Keeper to take advantage of. Ooh, Luna running into some trouble. The turret coming out, but actually they're going to go into Master of Arms here. Not really go for a kill, though. If anything, kind of just stopping his place. The Goo coming down, some more auto attacks, and really just going to harass. The bottom rune was, I don't even know, was it top, actually? Oh, it is top. It's an invisibility rune, and yeah, Engineer is going to go get it, so that's what they were doing that whole time, protecting the rune, and sure enough, it is picked up by our helper team, actually.
Yep.
Master of Arms has it bottled up here, so good for him. Ooh, look at, actually, Magnus, level 4. He has boots already, trying to set up something here in the middle lane. He probably was spotted by this Ward of Sight. In fact, he definitely was now, as he is kind of running right by it, so the Legion team should definitely see him coming. And you actually see them even going to the jungle themselves while trying to maybe catch him off guard, but ain't gonna happen. But yeah, Magma's having a difficult time. This is open to free, even more so for Arachna to just continue her free farm dominance here at the bottom lane. She is level 6 now too, so kind of wonder if she may like to try to move around, set up a gank with that spider, or if she'll still just kind of static farm as she might go for a kill. Nope. Getting that spider though, even with the steam bath, it don't matter too much. You could definitely pick up a kill here if he gets in a good position.
Yeah, you see the advantage top lane for Haxter. We talked like this, Electrician will survive. It's not going to be as bad as when he used Magnus against the Silhouette that game, but Draconis is still, overall handling the matchup very favorably. And we actually see Moon in the mid lane. I mean, he is taken off still. He's 19 CS compared to Rally's 12. He's able to use his Forked Lightning to harass and get creep kills too. I was thinking if they try to go for a Luna, they're sort of get screwed because of Rally's push. The keg's guaranteed to miss, but it's not really being an issue here. And actually turns out like Master's doing just fine here. And there's also the Ophelia presence, having a more aggressive jungler versus a passive keeper. But yeah, right now Complexity definitely handling that lane. So
yeah,
it's a little bit.
Very passive game to kick things off. The first 2 games, honestly, actually good, especially game 2. We had a lot of aggression early on, but it seems like this third game now it's promoting more of the passive play here as we are entering about 6 minutes in. Magma stunning in for the haste rune. He picks it up. He actually stunned through the Ophelia creeps. Chessie was trying to block him off right there, but again, just better play by B-Kid. and he eventually picks up the Hastron and ninjas it from her. Keeping the force of the jungle. It's going to run into Electrician right here, actually. Electrician comes over, and he'll steal the Minotaur creep from him, get a couple of the Tree Dogs as well, the Cacti even. So well played by KZU right there, who's holding his own again. He's 18-0 actually. Magnus is only 10-0 himself. His Electrician also level 6 first. What's that?
Look at where B-Kid sitting up here in the middle for the kill on the Rally.
Yep, Rally's in trouble. Feel the hill coming out. He's going to compel himself backwards right there. Oh, the demoralizing roar. Can he barely get away? No, he won't. Bloodlust kill coming out in favor of Master of Arms. Health Pusher going to be canceled right there, but Mumiana should be fine. No, the Power Throw snipes him out, and down he falls. Z-Freak sniping him out with Illuna. Franzi also getting caught out, and it ends up being a 2-for-1 exchange. So Bloodlust killed in favor of Complexity, but the return a little bit stronger for Stay Green right there.
Yeah, a lot of that because of Ophelia's presence right there. Perfectly timed heal. Coming in just at the right time, and yeah, just enough follow-up. I was surprised if the Rally wound up getting picked off just like maybe 10 or 20 extra damage sooner. You saw he was like leading by by a hair. If he died sooner, there would have been a lot less chase time. They wouldn't have turned that so favorably at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that again worked out very well in the end for Stay Green. Ending with the 2-for-1. Bloodlust kill did go in favor of Mumianer though, even despite his death. So. Open him a little bit. B-Kid picking up some farm here in the middle lane while they're absent, so that's actually a good play by him. Might as well take some of the experience in the farm if no one else is going to be there. So he is level 7, and that's very good for him at the very least. Again, in what's been a minimal farm for the most part. At that bottom lane, 4 players are grouping up here in the middle. They do have a Keeper of the Forest with Root ready to go. Master's coL also ready. Obviously, Draconis still farming the top lane, but they're trying to bait out something here.
Yeah, but look at Z-Freak's ward.
Oh yeah, it's it's like, guys, we see you. Don't even try. Oh, Keeper of the Forest is going to try to go around though, but again, Z-Freak he knows something's up, as does SG as a whole. So yeah, I don't know if this is going to be successful. And they're using a bit of time to kind of try to set something up here, but nope, there's a quick compel from Rally just in case. He'll be fine though. But yeah, using a bit of time and resources, ain't getting too much out of it though for the meantime. Electrician diving Draconis. But he actually gets turned on quickly, and he'll fall back. So
yeah, that shield will get canceled just by one quick breath there. But to his advantage, he had the regeneration rune, so he can keep whittling him down here. He's going for more.
Yeah, he definitely is. Draconis will be forced to blazing flight away. I was watching the bottom lane though, and we see right there Arachna. Well, actually, Chessie gets credit for the kill. Arachna also there, of course. And that's a good gold swing in favor more so of Stay Green. 2,000 gold lead, 1,400 experience lead in their favor currently. Look at Arachna's farm though, especially 406 gold now and counting. She is going yet again for that early Whispering Helm, mix of it being Slicks after all, and of course Arachna on top of that. So going to be going the Whispering Helm, in fact finishing right there. So more good news for Stay Green. And yeah, you also saw we talked about Electrician able to apply some good pressure to Draconis, and now that the levels have added up, it seems like Electrician is able to have more of a comfortable laning presence here.
Yeah, I think he does need to get that static grip. Okay, he does have it now. That would help him a lot in pressuring this dragon. Oh, no way you're going to catch him. No
Red stun in the meantime in the middle lane. Magma says I'm trouble. Keeper of the Force, we're coming out though. Defensive match just calling out. Rally's the one in trouble. He's going to try to make his way out to the side. B-Kid now, he has a stun to go. He's going to stun in a Rally. Maximum length right there. Keeper of the Force trying to block tomorrow. There's a roll coming out. There's the Ophelia heal. So both teams having their global presence felt right there. And neither side will lose anybody in the end. You did see at the top lane they were thinking about or trying to even go on Draconis. But again, he falls back too. So after all of that, nobody actually dies.
Yep.
That's just the support.
Slick's taking over Minotaur, just using it to help him farm here a little bit. Yeah, Haxorn did have a ward down right there that helped scout out the gank, and then they were just a little bit slow about it, but yeah, the ward doing work.
You see Rally right here actually running in the Keeper of the Forest. Using that Hastron, going back and forth. They are going to pressure this top lane though. Electrician and Arachna are actually up here, as they also have some presence here in the middle lane. Ophelia pushing with those minions at first. Rally's still with the Hastron and Luna's here. Seems like Complexity, though. They're going to try to fight here at this middle tower, if anything. Port coming in. Where's the follow-up? Magnus, a line stun on a Rally right there. In comes Master of Arms. Oh, but the compel away. What was that from Mumian? He actually pushed. I don't even think that was on purpose. Anyways, they kill Ophelia right there. I think he meant to charge shot right there, but...
yeah. Either way, I think the push was enough to survive. Electrician does have a teleport. He's only at half mana, though. It would be kind of a risky thing to just TP to, but they don't have root up on Electrician. What do they have here to counter with? Arachna also grabbing a teleport scroll. They look like they're setting up to try to fight this.
Oh, they do got Arachna with her ultimate. I believe that is Electrician porting in. Yes, it is. Arachna is now coming in as well. Magma's going to be locked on. Kicks at the top of that defensive master call on Magma's. Here comes Arachna. Who will she choose for the Spider Sting? Is it going to maybe be Draconis? Nothing just yet, actually. Just using those web shots. There's the debuff the Hardened Carapace coming out. Still chasing, but again, still no Spider Sting. And actually, Draconis will be fine in the end. Magma's now falling back as he stuns in. Health potion onto Slicks right there. Purge on a rally in the meantime, putting him ahead. Gonna go into Magma's right there. The seismic slam will be never the kill. Magma stuns in. The keeper coming out Electrician. Electrician will fall in. Big kid, the Swagmas indeed. Oh, but the power throw snipe from Z-Freak says, I don't care about your Swagmas plays. I'm gonna kill you anyways. Oh, jeez.
I thought he was like striding away right there. He was walking, he was confident, and then bam, the snipe came out. But yeah, still a good fight from both teams. A lot of excellent kiting going on. Not too much of a swing either way at the end of it. Spider Sting was not used throughout any of that.
Well, see, I really feel like it could have killed Draconis right there, but for some reason he was just choosing not to use it. I'm not sure why.
Maybe he felt like they would kill it. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, that was the only thing I was thinking. I mean, and of course, complexity. I'm sure they were maybe looking for that the whole time too. But
right, and they had a bunch of range units there, and they all eyeballing it. Maybe he just thought it would die too quickly, and it would be wasted because his team wasn't close enough. So
yeah, it's only a 70-second cooldown though. It doesn't seem like a cooldown that you should be not using. And hell, Slicks is the definition of using abilities liberally. I mean. He'll use Bat Blast to clear up creep waves we've seen before. So
that is beyond true. Keeper Root's still down for 58 seconds, though, and they pretty much have everything up here for Legion outside of maybe Rally's. I don't even know what you call that. Seismic Slam.
That was what set up the kill eventually on a Magmas.
Now it's up even, yeah.
Obviously, the energy field use right. That was a pretty good play by Complexity as a whole. They were able to deny the middle tower despite Stay Green for the most part. Their whole team really being there. And actually, this has bought even more time for Draconis to push this top lane. Keeper the Force going to join him. But Stay Green is making their way over here to the top side. So Draconis needs to be a little bit careful here. He actually just uses Blazing Flag. A short cooldown, though. Tower is going to fall. Will it be denied or actually killed? The big question now. In comes Electrician. No invulnerability just yet. There we go. And just to make sure, and they should be able to deny it now. So at least they denied the middle tower, the top tower here, for Stay Green. But it is dead. How was
Electrician is just so good against those keeper pushes, man. Just puts out so much AoE.
Does have that Ring of Sorcery as well. So ooh, Rally in the meantime in the middle. Nice compel right there. B-Kid trying to stun in, but obviously Swinamel is just a little bit too quick for him, and that'll force also Complexity to fall back as a team. So good reactions coming out there. Ghost Marcher's on to Keeper the Force, by the way, with his Ring of Sorcery here as he just finished those.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Astrolabe about to be finished on Chessie. He's farming the Ancients right now. I'm sure right afterwards he'll pick it up and just move forward, maybe for another tower push there. Actually, they have all three outer towers down right now, so it's pretty important.
Yeah, that is very big. Stay Green again. They love to do this. Push those early on towers, get those mid-tier items, really push at you, and eventually start picking you off one by one, then win the game. So, guess what item Slicks is going for? Firebrand.
Yeah.
Whispering on Firebrand here.
Yeah, no, he's definitely going to go with the Geo Shrunken route.
Yeah.
Well, especially you're looking at Engineer, too. I mean, and a Keeper, and all. Yeah, no. Draconis is pretty much like super magic damage for a carry as well, so.
Yeah. God, I didn't realize, I know you brought that up the last time we saw Arachne, I think it was even, the Hardened Carapace, how much magic resistance it actually does. 32 magic armor at level 4. It really
You're basically not taking any.
Exactly.
I think,
it might as well make you immune, but obviously you could still be CC'd and whatnot, but...
Perched off and, what have you.
They're pushing this bottom lane, but the Hellborn team, they almost want this. Complexity trying to maybe set up a bait here on a Magmus. We'll see if Stay Green falls for it. Granted, they have support themselves, but not going to go for it. Just know something's not feeling right, so looks like they will fall back for now. Master Varnes does have his Energizer finished, by the way. Does Moon Meander. His farm has actually been not too bad at all. 275 gold per minute.
Yeah. This Keeper is going to have a really hard time this game, though, man. Because it's between the Hardened Carapace and the Purge, and eventually a Shrunken Head. It's just like good ultis to lock down those core heroes. This is going to be a nightmare.
Taken away from him, yeah.
Yeah, pretty much just taken away from him. It's not like, oh, he's going to find some miracle moment. I mean,
Oh, even more reason to get that Resto Stone. ASAP for him. Null Stone is going to be finished here on Draconis. His farm, he has actually overtaken as the top farm in the game over that Arachna. Again, not really surprising, but worth noting. 1,100 gold for Magmus saved up. So again, this was your suicide Magmus here, being played by BKid, of course. Now his farm continues to not be the greatest at only 206 gold per minute, but getting that portal key is what really matters for him. Also timing it pretty well with maybe hitting that level 11 mark. Could be pretty good, so keep an eye. Look for
and in true form, look at Jesse's army.
Where's the two skull? Oh,
joined by Slick's Minotaur.
Yep. We've seen this too before and constantly now.
Yeah, pretty much all the time. Yeah, but it's always fun to point out.
If you have Ophelia on Stay Green, you can pretty much guarantee that Whispering Helm will be picked up by Slicks, and they will assist one another with it. So that is cool to see coming out. Speaking of those minions, they are chasing. Now, obviously, the Whispering Helm minion doesn't have that Ophelia buff that the other ones have, but still.
Yeah, it doesn't move as fast, doesn't do as much, but it's still okay. It doesn't get healed as well, but
yeah. They're trying to set up something again here at the bottom lane. This time it looks like they're actually going to group up and push it here. In fact, the Ophelia army going behind, but Master of Arms will just lay down the goo, and then he'll fall back. So this should be well, the creep was in here just yet, actually, but
Electrician's tanky enough. He's like, I don't even care. Let's get this over with.
You know what I'm actually thinking too, and I have seen this before. I want to see it maybe in scrims. I don't know if we've seen it actually in an actual match from Electrician just yet, but could you possibly see a Staff of the Master on him this game?
I don't think you maybe. I just think that another utility item for the cost would be way better. I mean, yeah, you could purge yourself and one other target, but you could also have, a lot of a sheep stick for that amount. So
or Frostfield Plate.
Frostfield Plate, Hellflower, if you want it. It's a lot of items out there, and Barrier Idol. It's
so many. Rally Haste rune activated. He's down here to the top side. You see a gank was being set up, but actually Complexity not able to do it in time. They just fall back for good reason. The support was coming over, so not going to risk it once again. 1,900 gold now saved up on BKid. So again, Magmus is getting very, very close to finishing that portal key and also hitting that level 11 mark. Could actually time out pretty nicely for him and his team. Level 11 Keeper of the Forest as well. And then there's always Draconis, who continues to do his dragon thing here in the jungle. Now 424 gold per minute. Although Arachna is keeping up. I mean, Slicks is definitely up there as well with his farm.
Yeah, Dragon's definitely there's a point where Arachna was like 40 or 50 above, but Dragon's been focusing on farming for a bit now, and excelling, so pushing the side lanes. But yeah, as they keep these pushes going, I expect the GPM to remain pretty equal. The tower kill directly onto Slicks there, help out a little bit and even him out with the Dragon. But yeah, he's still split pushing top. They're going all in on this roided out Dragon, so.
Well, as a lot of Dragon teams do, so.
Well, yeah, exactly.
Obviously.
As you probably should when you're running a Dragon, but.
Exactly. Having I don't even know if I thought about this or. I don't think we talked about it this game, but anyways, Master of Arms, the offensive Master's call on Draconis too is also very, very strong when you think about it, so. That's another thing to keep in mind. That he will be really shooting fast. On top of that, in the Cataclysmic Assault. So.
Helm finished by Keizu. I always see him just leave his boots at red and then, go for the Shaman's Headdress, go for the Helm of the Black Legion. Then way, way, way later, he'll finally do something with them. But
Keeper of the Forest is gonna pour it out in the meantime. He actually stayed there for the 20-minute mark. I noticed that just to make sure the camp wouldn't spawn. And then he actually Homecoming Stone back to base. And there you go, he picks up his portal keys. So him and Magmus, both level 11, have those portal keys. Good for them. Draconis is getting close to level 16. And even more importantly, that Shuriken Head coming up. We're going to see a stun here at the top lane on Ophelia. But Magmus actually turning around very quickly. Wasn't going to dare channel an eruption or anything. So if anything, really, that was just them kind of scaring Ophelia a little bit. Maybe trying to get a global ultimate cooldown. But don't really accomplish much there in the end. As back to farm we go. But yeah, that Shuriken Head, of course, that key item for Draconis. And then that's where you can look to start team fighting, I'm sure, if you're Complexity here. Once he has that.
Yeah, Moon as well. He's actually, you can't discount him. He's farming 310 GPM on Master. That's not that much lower than what, say the carry Master of, I think I don't forget who was playing it for Complexity last game. Maybe Haxorn was playing it.
Yeah, Haxorn, yeah.
But it's not too much lower. We saw it when they were pushing base 320, 330, and just how much a Master of Arms can do.
That's right.
So yeah, he's still
brings his.
Curious to see whether he'll go with Nullfire or not.
Yeah, you said that at the beginning. I mean, especially against Electrician, that does seem like it is a go-to item. So
for his damage item anyway, not necessarily, for his utility item or his Shrunken Head, etc., etc. But I'm curious to see if for his damage item he does go for that Nullfire.
Yeah, I would like to see it because it definitely makes sense here. Oh, but Moomiander currently has about 2,200 gold saved up. Continue to farm up here in the bottom lane as we remain currently at a 4-3 hero kill advantage. You see the 4 Minotaurs and a Skeleton King here. I just love that.
Jesus.
Of course, two of those are Slick's Whispering Helm minions, but still.
It's still horrifying, though.
It really is. All these Minotaurs coming out, man. It's a lot of stuns. God, Jesse's good, man, but it gets to a point, doesn't it, where it's just so much. Where, are you really that good? I mean, he is, obviously this will really help with Kongor now, but...
he can cycle his stuns. Ultimately, AoE should drop those creeps in the end. You'll see him just revert to a normal, grouping. But for his next fight, yeah, it's still a threat.
Rally up here, maybe trying to bait something out himself. He's getting fairly tanky too. The Helm of the Black Legion, the Mystic Vestments. He actually does have a regen rune also bottled up.
They tried to make something happen with the Energizer there, but
yeah,
he is pulling gold.
Who's that? Rowley?
No, the Master of Arms.
Oh, Master of Arms, yeah. How much is that level 1 Nullfire?
One Nullfire.
3250.
Yeah.
So maybe that's where he's going. If he was going to Firebrand, we would have seen that now, of course. So.
Yeah, back to the more passive game that we sometimes see when we, are in these higher level matches. Not too much else happening. People are just farming until they're in their comfort zone. He does go the Shieldbreaker route.
Okay. We did see the last game from Max, right?
Yeah, and Shieldbreaker we see all the time on Master of Arms. This is the minus armor stacking with the Acid Bomb. Never bad. I was just curious as to seeing whether he can purge off Hardened Carapace, but he's going Shrunken Head anyway, I guess. So there's 4 other heroes, so yeah, still going for the Shieldbreaker.
I just really like the Nullfire, though, especially against Electrician. It's almost like a double damage against him, burning all that mana. But yeah, again, it's not like he can complain that he's going to Shieldbreaker by any means. So has that to work with now. Once again, both teams going back and forth with trying to bait one another, really, but neither team having any of it. Again, this is game number 3. The winner will be moving on to the Winners Bracket Finals to face Trademark Esports next Saturday, of course, as the continuation of cycle number 6 happens here for the HoN Tour Diamond Division. Both teams obviously want that rematch against TDM, and for good reason. And the other big note actually on that is, Electrician barely getting away as he purges himself for the speed burst and will be fine. He also had a haste rune. But if you do win here as well, if you actually get to the Winners Bracket Finals, you actually guarantee yourself a top 3 finish. So that is important too, and especially for Complexity. Again, their momentum lately, it's been slowing down a little bit. So if they can guarantee themselves a top 3 finish, that alone would feel pretty good, I'm sure. So.
Yeah, Arachna's still neck and neck with Draconis as well. Arachna definitely a very formidable carry if she has the farm in the late game.
It's funny because we've seen this now on Slicks, so Arachna just doesn't seem like that hero that you can farm and compete with farm on against other carries. But Slicks is showing that you absolutely can, and this is another example of that on this hero. So
they're okay. Recognizing the window of their lineup, they want to go in before Dragon gets way too farmed, gets the Savage Mace. They figure now we're strongest. It's going to be
Oh, Rob should be channeled in right here. Here we go. Magnus, he will finally stun the Shrunken Head already up in Arachna, though. Keeping the force, we're coming in. Here comes the Golden Dragon, though. Cataclysmic Assault is up. The energy field going down. It will start purging. Magnus gets turned on, though. Arachna still more than fine, taking the damage. The heal's coming out with the Astrolabe, and of course, Ophelia's touch. And everyone is staying alive other than the Magnus kill. That's the only death for either side right there. So pretty crazy start to that fight. And again, to only see the one death, but look at this. Stay green. I mean, they're good to go. They're good mana. They're good life here. They're ready to go back in. Blast shot backwards for Master of Arms right there. We don't get to see that ability to hold to a lot, but just really trying to keep him out of the base here.
Yeah.
As Magnus is up in 20 seconds. Won't have the eruption, but still, the Lava Surge is important.
Kind of a health potion there for 6 as well. Yeah, I was saying that they just probably recognize that it's going to be a stalemate farm game for a while now, and they just don't want to go ultra late against the fully loaded Draconis. So
Yeah.
they figure if we're going to be in a stalemate and sort of neutral resources, we might as well just be fighting when we're at our strongest for our lineup. So
I don't know if Master's Call was used there, by the way. I don't think it was. From
really?
From Umiander. I mean, it's been not on cooldown for a while now. It's a short cooldown, but I don't think it was.
Okay. Okay.
Unless it was
Thought it
used
was on
right
but
away.
I might have been
Unless it was
mistaken.
used right away, which is possible. But again, my point I'm getting at, like, if you are going to be initiating like that, you put it on Draconis with the offensive and you let him back. I mean, you could save for the defensive too, for sure, depending on the situation, though. So, but yeah, I'm not sure if it was used or not. But anyways, 2,000 more gold saved up on Arachna. She will definitely have a Geometer Spin, most likely, going to another fight. But now you got this Draconis, who could also have his big damage item going into the next fight. And that's where it does start to get really scary against the Dragon, especially if he goes on like a Savage Mace here, which I wouldn't be
pushing up against the
surprised.
Savage Mace Dragon, that's definitely going to be huge pain. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure they're going to be looking to push again very soon on SG's side. Maybe just looking to finish up okay, look how close Arachna is actually to her Geometer's Bane. I'm sure she's just going to finish that up first, and they'll be right back at the push. She does have that pre-Savage Mace, as we talk about.
Yeah. I see.
There's the orb.
The 5 Minotaurs there. It's just hilarious.
5?
Yeah, he has 5 Minotaurs now. He got rid of the Skeleton King, actually. So, just...
Yeah, that is
5 Minotaurs.
5 Minotaurs.
And I'm sure once Arachna finds another Minotaur, he'll probably take it over again, so...
Or maybe he'll charm one Skeleton King to set it up for him.
Or that too. Hope with that purpose. Hell, at this rate, honestly, getting something like a Wolf Commander or something like that.
Wolf Commander, Frost Armor.
Yeah, the Ice Ogre. Yep. Seems like, I mean, that goes to my point of it doesn't get to a point where it's a little bit overdone. I mean, are you really going to be able to stagger 5 Minotaur stuns on people? It just, I mean, again, Chelsea's great, but. Okay, well, Conqueror is one thing, but in the midst of a crazy team fight is a completely different thing, of course. So, but yeah, he is going to try to do Conqueror a little bit. There is a ward aside by Franzi. Franzi's really good at this, especially getting these ward asides. It is going to be countered though, as Bound Die on Luna we see. So double damage Arachna. That of course is big though. Don't know if it's going to be successful by any means. Yeah, they State Green obviously very aware that they were at least spotted. Going to try to maybe pick up somebody themselves. Engineer over here by himself. Uh-oh, he's in no man's land.
Hexerin did pick up his Slayer. He has no buyback, but he's committing to the fight.
Yeah, they were ready to fight right there if State Green stayed in. But we see that that isn't the case. State Green falling back, and Complexity will be fine as far as grouping up themselves now, too. Both teams, here we go. Magnus is turning in the Energizer are going to be used. Are we going to see initiation? Keeper the Force running in. No, not really. Goose placed down. Magnus was definitely stalling there. BK was like, no, we're not going. No, we're not going.
Yeah, they were looking for an angle. Angle didn't present itself, and they weren't too deep in. I felt like they could have counter-initiated onto Keeper of the Forest there, but there was Magnus waiting to follow up. So
yeah. Oh, here we go. They found their timing. Apparently, they're going to jump Electrician right there a little bit. Again, not the biggest. The offensive Master's Call on Draconis, but again, it's not the full commitment by any means. And they'll fall back, so...
yeah, that didn't really do any damage.
Yeah. Well, again,
Geo's now finished by Slicks. This is one of the item pickups they were waiting for, as we talked about. So
of course, that's big. Yeah, it's just Complexity trying to maybe think that they had a moment, but didn't. What's up?
Well, he's got 20. I'm curious to see whether he's going to go with the Bulwark or the PK here for Rally.
Oh yeah.
You know, I prefer to see PK a lot of the time.
I want to say he usually does go the PK too.
Well, yeah, I mean, he was going Bulwark a lot. Recent games, like the past couple, I've seen the
That's
PK.
True.
So
we talked about that. Well, yes, 21:50 in a couple of seconds, so we'll see if that's...
There it is!
There you go. You love it. Good choice there. Good choice there from Swinamel, and Semper approves. We got Sorcery coming out right there for the team. Keeper the Force, we mentioned the importance of that Restoration Stone, especially considering his first route so difficult to really be effective against this Legion team. But if you can, they get their cooldowns off, and he all of a sudden uses the second route, that can really catch them off guard. So, but he's unfortunately, I assume, still a ways away. So he only has the Arcana on him currently. Magnus here in the middle lane needs to be careful. He's got a Steam Bath right there, and actually Portal Key out just in case. Yeah, they were clearly SG was trying to maybe catch him, but gonna be fine.
Yeah, I've also talked before, if you actually get the initiate on a rally, it can be really hard to use any of that hero's skills effectively. So, nice big keep root on the enemy team, and he gets the second one off. Rally's going to be sitting there kind of useless for a while, maybe eating that follow-up AoE and looking at that Savage Mace Dragon.
Stay Green is stressing this Conga, man. They really want to get it, but Complexity not letting them.
They're using it as a lure of sorts, being like, hey, you can't farm all over the map. You have to farm sort of in this area. They're trying to contain, basically, the resources that they're gobbling up here for Complexity.
Yeah, I mean, you're right. Draconis was farming this top lane, but he immediately ported as soon as he saw that
he's got to play goalkeeper there a bit. Really, really close to his Savage, though.
And he gets a double damage and bottled up, too.
Yeah, I'm sort of anxious, just waiting to see what's going to happen with it.
If they can time that, if he can get enough farm to finish the Savage and use that double damage rune going into Team 5, that would be absolutely huge, of course. But I don't know if it'll time correctly, unfortunately. So we'll have to wait and see as he's still continuing to farm in the jungle bottom. Okay, those are just trees down there.
BDUs. I couldn't tell whether there was 1 minute left on it or not, but it's...
Oh, was it used? Okay, yeah. So yeah, you're right.
Oh, interesting point. A random person actually alerted me to, but Arachna, technically, I'm not sure if they're doing this, but if Chessie, when he's farming the woods, wants Slicks to get the gold, he can let the Slicks' minions get the last hits as well.
Huh.
Just
that is...
throw out there. That was a random...
That's interesting,
insight,
yeah. Didn't even think about that. Very good point, yeah. Shout out to that random guy. Oh, here we go, that lure they were talking about. Rally, oh, he misses that compel dodger. Draconis gets the circuit hit off. Here comes Keeper, the fourth in the first round. And look at that cataclysmic assault. Rally's already dead right off the bat. Ophelia looks like she might get picked up now. Draconis is falling. He will die in the end. He can and buy back if he need to. Electrician's out of mana in the meantime, though, and is going to start falling back himself. But a ring of swords are coming out. Arachna just stood her ground the whole time. Eruption. Not John. Magnus is just sitting here this whole time as B-Kid. So... he's trying to wait for that right timing, maybe for Draconis to come back after the buyback, but they don't stick around, so I don't know really a whole lot that Magnus did in that fight, unfortunately, as Draconis is going to chase, so Energizer going to be used right there. Electrician on the run. Magnus done. Yes, it will connect. The Electrician is up. There's the channel of the eruption. Now the Spider Sting is out, but Electrician is going to fall right here. Looks like Magnus may fall as well. Yes, he will. But now Arachna's in no man's land. Draconis chasing. Master of Arms is as well. Slick's trying to get away. Give it the force. Jumping, of course, doesn't have a root just yet. Couple auto attacks. There's the magic armor coming out of the Hardy Cure base. Will there going to be enough? No, the final auto attack. Don't care about that magic armor. The physical
instant
damage.
Buyback by Slicks and a TP.
Holy crap.
That is. Here's the call. Rally has a PK. They're going for it.
They want to go for it. Rally's going to PK compel. No.
No. The acid to do the cover as well.
Oh man. Also, a couple things there. I mean, again, Magnus, he was sitting off to the side the whole time, just waiting for that prime spot. Guess never found it. But then Slick's buying back immediately. Didn't get much out of it. They may be able to finish up Congar though. This is true.
Yeah, still look at its life, man. It's just a constant battle back and forth here.
Yeah.
A lot of tension building up around it. Keeper will have his root back up. Magnus will not have his eruption though.
Here comes Keeper minions, and just like that, Stay Green will fall back. So yeah, the Slick's buyback unfortunately doesn't result in a Congar kill either. So both sides using a fairly big buyback, actually a couple buybacks used on Stay Green when you look at it. Of course, Electrician also buying back, as did Swinamels, as we talked about. So 3-1 in that sense. Draconis, though, is he actually needs one more Warhammer now for that Savage Mace. But again, Stay Green just really chip damaging here. Getting so close.
Yeah, and Dragon doesn't have his Savage yet. He's close. No Savage, no buyback right now. He's close, but they're looking like they're just going to take it before he's...
They got it.
That's
big.
That's not good.
That's big. Token of life on Arachna. And actually, they're going to jump right here. Engineer the target of choice. That's just an illusion, Arachna. The red power throw comes in. Engineer on the run. The Energizer used. And yes, he will be fine in the end. Great save on a Franzi there. That's a support engineer. Oh, as Chessie times out. That's actually a pretty big deal. Oh, yeah, he's back at base. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Oops.
Okay, then.
Hopefully that he can come back. Again, they're obviously all in the team house except for Chessie. So, we have talked about that. It's going to be funny when, obviously, they all move in and somebody lags out and then the rest of the team follows because they're all landing together always. You know it's going to happen. But
that being said, I feel like Chessie and Limp have a lot of disconnect issues at their place over in They're from Sweden, right?
Sweden, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And of course, they are brothers there.
Hmm.
And two of the top teams, go
The
figure.
you remember the old nickname they used to have back on the scene,
What's up?
the Vanguard brothers.
Really?
Yeah, they always used to play the tank heroes and go double helm.
Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Good old
and
Zephyr plays and
just
whatnot.
factoring that cheesy tank meta game or what people perceive to be, and it was just yeah, they
Mhm.
called them the Vanguard brothers.
I can't say I was aware of that. It took me the longest time to realize that they were brothers, actually. I didn't know for the longest time, but I think it was like at DreamHack, like not at Dream, but going into DreamHack, I finally realized, like, holy crap, they're brothers. Um, a couple of brother duos. Of course, we got Z freaking Swinnemelons also, who happen to be on the same team, unlike Chessie and Limp. But okay, so where are we at right now? We got Token Alive 6.5 minutes here on Arachna, so plenty of time here for Stay Green. This again, game 3. I mean, this is it. Obviously, a very close game as expected here. Draconis will be able to finish the Savage Mace now.
Yeah, and that will be doing a lot. I feel like honestly they need to focus on killing a lot of the supporting cast for SG, sort of being able to kite away from the carry, the Arachna.
Mhm.
Electrician won't do that much damage. He does provide a lot of utility in the fights, and he's not to be underlooked. And of course, Electric Grip, Gun Uninterrupted is just a huge disable. But
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
I would try to focus on maybe getting the rally dropped as quick as possible. The Aluna, the Ophelia creeps have actually been a problem. The Minotaurs were a huge problem for Draconis in the previous fight. They did get a lot of stomps off. They were all pounding in auto attacks, and he dropped pretty quickly with all those on him. So
That's true.
yeah, they did a lot of work actually, but hopefully those will wind up dying in some AoE for complexity and to ideal circumstance here of what they could do. And they don't really have a Hellflower yet. It's not that they can bust out initiation that way. Do you know how far Keeper is on the way to his Restoration Stone or Hellflower with that Arcana?
I haven't noticed. Yeah, I don't notice if he has anything else.
Not the greatest GPM, but I feel like he's had that Arcana for a while. That could be the game-breaking item they need.
Yeah. I assume it's going to be a Restoration Stone. Here again, that would be absolutely big for them. But still waiting for Chessie to come back here, unfortunately. But hopefully shortly here. 2,500 gold pulled up on a Luna, by the way. Little heroes. So your support has all that gold pulled up. Of course, speaking of Chessie and his Ophelia hero, he is items looking pretty good. The Astrolabe tablet, Plated Greaves, doing the usual support thing. I believe he lost the Slicks minions, by the way. So he is just down to 3
He did.
Minotaurs
Was that
again.
during... they were live during the fight. Did they die at the end of it during the chase? Or where... I didn't quite catch that, actually.
Yeah. But the other 3, of course, are sitting there near Kongor. And once he gets back in, we'll be able to continue with those. So, but again, I don't know. I mean, obviously at this point, you got to look at Stay Green and where they're at right now, and maybe favor them a little bit. But we've been stressing and seeing throughout this game. It's just really this still is by all means anyone's game here. 35.5 minutes in now. That Savage Mace on Draconis will be huge. That Restoration Stone he talked about. Master of Arms, I kind of feel like he bought a major totem actually, so possibly going for that Tablet of Command himself. Farming around 303 gold per minute. So again, Moonmeander has kind of just quietly been doing his own thing here with farm and just been working out. It's been sitting on that level 3 shield breaker now for a little bit, and I'm sure that's been useful in those fights for them as well.
Yeah, I just feel like that token is... They already have a lot of ways to get out of the Keeper. Arachna especially, even with the Restoration Stone, man, look at that. Shrunken Head, Hardened Carapace, and Geometer's Bane. Like, I don't think you'll be seeing the Keeper lock him down. That being said, that token is such a huge factor. That's why I said they need to have a really good set where they're able to wipe out a hero like Rally, like Luna, make sure they can take the supporting cast out. So that way, even if the token is used, he's sort of reviving, he's alone, and they can sort of chain CC him from there.
Yeah, Arachna now, again, the question mark is Slicks. Obviously, with the Whispering Helm, you could argue maybe that's similar Rage next, but do they need more damage output from him? Do you think that's necessary? Maybe something like the Wingbow himself? Or
I feel like if he's going Savage... okay, you can still go Wingbow against Savage Mace and be like, oh, he has a Savage already, why would you go Wingbow?
Yeah.
But yeah, I actually probably see him go Raw damage instead. Next, so...
Bust out the Rift Shards. Time for some of those. All right.
Savage of his own.
Well, again, Ophelia still hasn't returned yet, of course, and Not no chat going on necessarily, so I don't know if that's good or bad. Here, I'm kind of hoping that we see that clock appear any second now, knowing that he's actually returning, and we'll be good to go. So, again, Trademark Esports, they already did take out Lion Esports Club 2-0, so they're in their winners bracket finals themselves already, looking to repeat yet another cycle here for sure. I was actually going to check another series. What was I going to? Let's see how the other losers bracket. coL was playing Afraid, I believe it was. Okay, this is not showing up. Gonna look into somebody else apparently. Let's see how those series may have shaped up here. Sometimes it doesn't show up. It's not showing up in these players. Go figure. I believe they played at least. Let me actually check Afraid. That's definitely not it. I don't know. It is not showing up. Well, anyways, I don't know how that series is going. There was the TT Esports Pencils. Do we know who won that series? How did that one go out, actually?
Oh, I know. I was actually I was going to survey that, and I sort of forgot about it. I'm going to look it up right now.
Okay, this should be all 3 games. Yeah, okay, let's see. Who won the last game? It looks like TT Esports won the final game, so.
Oh.
That should mean TT Esports, yeah. They won 2-1. That's Franzi's asking.
Yeah.
You guys can check this out for the brackets yourself. You go to HoNtour.com, the events tab, cycle number 6. Go to the brackets. It should be updated there. So, obviously, I don't want to alt tab here. So, I'm just kind of going the more difficult way.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the replays here. Sometimes it can be weird searching the player names right now.
Yeah,
it's actually really annoying.
Matches, it's unfortunately not the best.
Yeah.
All the time. Jeppins.
Sweet. I'm trying off of Sweet Pro now.
Ravis.
Found him.
Yeah.
Found him off of Sweet Pro. Yeah. They're running the Soul Reaper again. They ran the Soul Reaper Deadwood.
Mm-hmm.
Double tree. The Keeper Deadwood combo. Got the Soul Reaper going on. DS support.
Yeah. And actually, I'm looking at the follow-up series. Holy crap. So then they went on to play Pikachu in the next round, and they 2-0'd them in basically back-to-back 15-minute games.
Who's that?
TTS Esports, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So they're moving on. They're going to be in round 4 now.
I would have definitely favored TTS over Pika.
Yeah, of course.
I was surprised. Pika actually had a pretty good run this bracket.
Yeah. They were in a very aggressive push lineup game 2. It was with Balfagor, Wild Soul, Polywog, Rhapsody, and Keeper. Jeez.
Yeah.
Didn't work out, though. Didn't work out too well. All right. Loser of this match apparently plays Q Squad, as Roland points out. So, of course, so all that will continue next week. As far as this week goes, by the way, so we've been casting, well, for a week straight here on HoNcast. You, Emperor, you've been doing the majority of the cast with me. Definitely have been appreciating that, and hopefully you guys at home have been enjoying the cast as well. We are going to go on a little bit of a break here going into this week. Maybe expect the occasional cast throughout the week. Obviously, come Friday, we will have the podcast and an event there. As far as earlier on in the week, whether it's some old school HoNcast matches or whatnot, we'll see. But next weekend, we have, of course, the continuation of cycle number 6 and what's ultimately be the wrap-up of it. So
that's really unfortunate. Hopefully they... Yes, I heard Tuesday he arrives. That's really unfortunate. If Chessie is,
well, like you said, it's not like a rare thing. I mean, he has lagged out before, and he usually always comes back from what I can tell. So, yeah, it's I guess if they're not hearing from him though, that probably means obviously he's not even online on Skype or anything. So, well,
yep.
We'll play the waiting game here. And hope that he just comes back.
Yeah, this isn't the first time this has happened. Let's
time to bust out the boxes.
Yeah, there's the server on pause number 1.
Yep. Let's get it on. Way.
Any fun pause games to play? I Spy. No.
Boshi? No, you played that.
Boshi. I certainly was not. I don't know. I don't think it's PG enough for stream. So,
weird. I'm just gonna draw my boxes.
see, I don't have the box drawing. I'm just sitting here, an apple. Toss an apple.
I've gotten so much better at this. I think at least. Okay, it's a little off, but oh god, that's really off. Oh well, it'll do. Booyah. Oh, no, this one.
Chessie, where are you?
That's a horrible box, wow. It actually kind of moves though when I...
Who cursed him? Someone had to have been, like, hovering the camera over him. Or...
Obviously. Obviously. Yeah, talk about a horrible timing, too. It's like midway through game number 3 of an epic series.
It's like they have token, they want to go for the push right now.
Anything can happen, yeah, exactly. And his team, if anything, has the slight advantage right now, so... Talk about
huge dragon, huge arachna, just...
Big time momentum killer. Haxor, and you got Chessie's mobile number. How do they not have his number? I figure it seemed like Stay Green especially would at least have contact information for everyone on the team, perhaps. I don't know. Just saying.
You, though.
What's up? You can cut out there.
Any other EU players on the team, so calling him would be hard.
Oh, that's
so
true.
Haxor and...
Well, no, if you actually have a little bit of money on Skype, it's not too difficult.
Yeah, true.
It's fairly easy on there. And all these players know about that Skype. All right. So again, apparently Haxorn's actually calling him. That's kind of silly. That's kind of funny. Of course, former teammate of Complexities. It's like, hey, where are you? We're trying to beat you. That's probably how the conversation will go. But yeah, you're hoping to get things finished off here on a very good note, which they very likely still could. But again, unfortunately, we do have a little bit of a break here. And if it does take a little bit longer, then something tells me that's a little bit of a troll. No, that was rude though by Action. That was
pretty funny though. I mean,
just forfeit. He doesn't want to play anymore. Yeah, so apparently his net went down. Great. Well.
Damn. Well.
Complex only deposit.
All right. So who do you have winning this game? Deep down in the inside.
Deep down, I don't.
Not, I know from a caster perspective, but like, what do you actually? Who do you actually think is going to win this game?
Obviously biased side, since since I'm known as a very biased caster for Complexity, I think I gotta say them, right? So, no, I mean it would be cool to just see Complexity. It definitely would be cool to see Complexity win because with Riser joining them and everything, and as we talk about this rivalry here, the last 3 series have gone to Stay Green and. Definitely would be cool to see a Complexity TDM rematch in the Winners Bracket Finals again, but so that's more my side of. I guess that answers the question of more who I kind of would want to win, but who is going to win? I mean, really, it really is going to come down to play. I mean, both sides do have obviously right now with the token of life and Arachne and everything, it's good for Stay Green, but doesn't necessarily mean a victory by any means. I don't know. I don't think there is a clear-cut answer to that, so.
God, people are whispering me being like, oh, X or Y players on the stream right now. Be careful of them ghosting.
Ghosting the pause screen of people sitting in base. And they might have...
Well, you can see ward locations, too. Not that it...
Okay, yeah, you're
ward
right.
Is there,
yeah.
actually.
I was being kind of silly with that. I guess that is the whole point of the delay. The whole 6-minute delay, but...
Yeah.
True.
So,
but it's
I hope really, that's... I mean,
you would hope that's not the case, but even if it is, it's like...
Yeah.
Okay, it happened. Let's move on. Unless you have like a camera recording them looking at their computer and looking at the screen and looking for wards. I mean, there's not really much more you can sit here and say. Well, I think we should just play some music here or something. Take a little bit of a break, since I think we're running out of things to talk about, unfortunately.
Yeah, all the other
Ourselves.
matches are pretty much they're run through as far as I know, right?
Yeah, I
That's
believe they are. I believe this is the last one left, so we can't even jump into another match, unfortunately. I don't think we can. Well, is there? There wouldn't be, No, we just looked at that. The TDM obviously won. Q Squad won. Um, who did Q Squad beat? They beat, TT Sports beat Pikachu. Q Squad beat Afraid. That's who it was. They beat Afraid. That's right. So yeah, all the other series are finished. Yeah, let's just go ahead and take a break. Let's just
sure.
go to a break screen here, and then put some music on, if anything. And we'll hopefully be coming back at you shortly here, and to finish off what's been a great day, great weekend, great series. Let's cross our fingers and hopefully everything works out. So stay tuned, guys. We'll be resuming here after a short break. Maybe. Not just yet. I lied. Coming up. All right. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We actually just came out of the next pause right here, so we basically sat for 30 minutes right there is what it broke down to of pause time. And to be fair, it was 20 minutes. They're in the rules. It's 20 minutes. The team that, of course, in this case, Complexity, it is their decision to basically say if they want to play on or if they want to wait more, or even they were given the option to go ahead and remake, or not remake, but reschedule to play a final game. Complexity did ultimately decide to just play on from here. They gave it one more pause timer, thus being the 30 minutes. But in the end, as you can see here, they are playing on. So, again, it's their choice. It's not their fault Chessie timed out. It sucks. It happens. But the game is playing on as they decided. So we see right here, though, Chessie, no, obviously with him not being here, his hero could still be played. And now it's a game. I'm assuming it's played by Z-Freak. As we see right here.
For a 3-minute window. I mean, Z-Freak said he's got insane micro. He's got this. So let's see what he can bring to the table.
So you look at the big picture. We were actually talking about this while we were at a break there. Honestly, if this scenario happened, which it is happening now, Stay Green's in an all-in, really. They have the token of life. They are setting up to be in a pretty good spot with that said, but it is a 4 versus 5 ultimately. So, and especially now in that 3-minute window, as you said it, when he actually DCs, then that will really start to hurt them. So they're going to try to push his top lane. This is, we'll see what happens. Actually, Talbot Ford there on the rack now. There's a Kegstone to follow. He's going to be pushed back. What we find for now, it looks like. But, yeah. Shitty situation, to say the least.
I don't know. This is so tense. I mean, if SG can somehow pull this off, yeah, they have a lot of respect for Z-Freak for manning up and taking over the job there. But their window of opportunity here is 2.5 minutes. I mean,
there we go. The Goose plays down. There we go. Rally actually jumping into Marley's here. We're all the compel on a Draconis, but going to be fine. Not really the biggest follow-up in the world. He did have a haste rune, so Swinmel's feeling he can play a little bit more ballsy there, and that's why we saw that. So, again, just continuing to push in the creep wave. Do they have a barrier idol? No. The Rift Shard's on under Rachna, yeah. So
he said he was going straight damage.
Yep.
And
he sure enough went
all in.
Again, you're definitely at that case to an extent here. In this game. So there's the barrier idol. The Talbot Ford and Electrician are actually compelled for it. He's going to go into Master Visor there. The Golden Dragon here coming out, and here we go. Arachna splitting up with the Japanese Blade. Energy Field going to be put down. Arachna taking a lot of damage right here. There's the Cataclysmic Assault. The Master's Call on top of that. And Draconis dishing out so much damage. Electrician will fall. Right now, that is the only death currently. Draconis is being locked down here in the meantime. He's going to be gone on. He did just buy a Savage Mace. Doesn't have a buyback, but the Magnus Eruption jumps in. Big time counter. Slicks is now going to resurrect after the token of life. He is going to be on the run, of course. Can he actually get away, as it is kind of a genocide there, as you see it's called. But Iraq now on the run. There's a setup from Magnus, and here comes the follow-up. Now he's going to try to hold, but again, it's just going to be too much. Down goes Slicks, and that will officially be a genocide coming out for Complexity. So it's obviously it's so bittersweet right now. It really is. But Complexity, they do win the fight, and now they're going to start pushing out.
I don't know. It's a shame when you see games have to come to this. That being said, Complexity was putting up a great fight. I wasn't sure, who would be able to win with the Draconis picking up a Savage Mace. We did see SG looking very strong, but, we couldn't really say who's going to be the victor. And yeah, after a genocide like that, though, it's just got to feel bad.
It's got to be demoralizing. That's where I'm kind of going with this.
They've got to be.
Yeah,
they got to be pretty angry, but.
Yeah. Again, it's shit happens. It's connection issues, obviously, and
that's why they're all moving in together. So,
and this is what we start talking about too. If you're Complexity, obviously, you honestly just take advantage of this. You know that now. If Ophelia's going to be DCing in 15 seconds here, you do see them maybe even send him in for like a scouting tool here, but he will be gone in 7 seconds and counting now. As this game is progressing on. So there you go. His items, of course, will drop in the well. So there is some decent items there in the well, as the courier actually picking up several. But
the tablet.
But it is officially a 4 versus 5 now. This does unfortunately screw up the stat screen, kinda. So that is a little bit annoying too. But anyways, obviously, Chessie is no longer in this game. It actually said Z-Freak DC, but of course he didn't, according to the chat or the score screen. But anyways, so it is a 4 versus 5 now. Gonna kind of reset things here for Stay Green. They lost Ophelia, though. That's of course a big deal. But Complexity just going to now farm up a little bit more. Draconis is level 24, by the way, now. Holy crap.
Yeah, that's the
Where did
what?
that come from?
Yeah,
What?
spiked right on up there. Fight. What level was he before the last fight?
I don't know. Honestly, I'm blanking because I'm just realizing that.
You know, I was looking at the overall charts, the individual. The pause was so long, man. You get disoriented. To be honest,
exactly. I honestly forget, but
now I have something to note. I noticed Slicks had hardened carapace up, but he got the rooted by the keeper after he activated his shrunken. He had nothing else to break it, and the full duration of the root was placed upon him, but he still had his hardened carapace up. Do you know if you have your shrunken head up and then you get rooted and you harden carapace while you're shrunken head, if that'll remove it?
I honestly don't know. I mean,
like, I feel like it should.
It
I
should,
didn't see him
yeah.
use it. He was holding on to the ability. So
I don't see why not. Yeah, that is kind of strange. Magnus always going to send him right here. There's a call the Dragon once again. The follow-up. The rally compel to push him backwards. Arachna going straight for Draconis, trying to maybe kill him, but again, Draconis just so powerful. The offensive Master Skull. There's the great root coming out after the Restoration Stone. Arachna will fall once again. GGs are being called. Again, it really is a bittersweet here, but it looks like Complexity will officially be taking game number 3 here. And that means they're going to be moving on to the winners bracket final. So that'll do it. That officially does it. Complexity does take the series 2-1. They're going to be now playing Trademark Esports next weekend on Saturday, of course. Stay green. They're going to drop down to the losers bracket, where I believe we saw that they would be playing now Q Squad next weekend. So, it's it's tough for both teams. I want to really be clear on that because. And now I know, in the end, people will say, "Oh, Complexity should have remained." They're going to be fanboys out. It's going to be haters. They're all going to have their opinions. You want to say something? Go ahead.
Well, I'm not taking away from Complexity's victory. Like, I'm not. I'm just saying it's kind of unfortunate because this doesn't settle the score. It's like maybe this was Complexity's chance over the past few games to, prove that they've got what it takes and take them in the best of 3. Totally legit, and they were looking pretty good. They were looking strong. But then this happened.
Yeah.
So
that's where I'm kind of getting.
It leaves you wondering,
That's where I'm kind of getting. It's a case of like, it's not Complexity's fault that he DC'd. This wasn't like an overwhelming game for one team by any means. It was an unknown. I mean, who could have came out on top was completely up in the air. And if anything, that would have been kind of a penalty for Complexity if they were, in a sense, even forced to remake or as far as people saying, because my point being that the chance that they could have won Game 3 was still very much so out there, as you were even kind of pointing out. So
Draconis had his Savage Mace.
Yeah.
And that is a huge pickup for him.
Again, ultimately, yes, it does suck, and you could argue for days they should have remade whatever, but it is what it is. That's what matters. Complexity does take the series 2-1, and they're moving on. Stay green now. They are going to be dropped down to the losers bracket, but going to, I'm sure, fight back strong. And who knows, maybe they'll get a rematch against Complexity if it lines up later on in the losers bracket. So wouldn't be surprised at that, honestly. And talk about a storyline there to talk about.
Yeah.
Also, this does secure now a top 3 finish for Complexity, as I was stressing, and that's a big deal. It's going to be one of the best
it is.
lately.
They won't have to go against their dreaded Lions match either. I think if they lost this game right here, the loser would go on to play versus Lion, right?
If they
QSQ Lion.
Well, the loser of this match is playing QSQ, so State Green is now going to
Okay.
be matched up against QSQ. Let me actually double check on the brackets.
Okay, because I know they said they can't really risk going up against Lions.
Yeah.
Maybe they weren't sure.
Yeah, well,
whatever,
they could have possibly played them later on, I think is where they're kind of getting at. But Lions is actually set up to play TTE Sports now. So yeah, that's how it is shaping up here. So, well, again, that is going to be wrapping things up here for this weekend overall here on HoNcast. Again, we did have a great weekend all the way up until the very end. Really, it does suck, but even so, we still get a result, and we get Complexity 2-1 over State Green once again. So, Emperor, any final words from yourself on this weekend, this week, or whatever, before we wrap up here?
No, there's a ton of really fun games. I was really excited for that series. I'm just, I'm left waiting for the next best of 3 we're going to see between Complexity and SG at this point, because. Once again, I just feel like it was great, but I'm left feeling slightly unfulfilled. I want more. So,
Yeah.
until
Sure, a lot of
next
people
time.
are. Yeah. But again, it could be very possible. Whether it's in the grand finals, whether it's in the losers bracket finals, I
It's
could see
true.
these two teams matching up again here in this cycle, and won't that be fun? So,
Yeah.
anyways, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully for the most part you were entertained and enjoyed these great matches that we most certainly did have here throughout the weekend, and up until that point, at the very least, again, all throughout this week, we had plenty of content. It's been a fun week altogether. It really has. And once again, big shout out to you, Emperor, for joining me, being my co-caster for the majority of it. But with that said, guys, we are going to be signing off here for tonight. Again, as far as this week ahead of us is concerned, in terms of what is coming up, nothing necessarily planned as far as tournaments goes. We'll definitely keep you guys updated, though, both on the HoNcast.com website, add us on Facebook, or like us on Facebook, add us on Twitter, all that jazz, as we'll give you updates throughout that, of course. And then also follow myself on Twitter at BrickyCBK. Emperor, where can we find you?
Twitter, Facebook, and Twitch TV, all at Domain of Pain.
Domain of Pain. There you go. Shout out to Killer Orange as well. Shout out to you guys for tuning in. Until next time, guys, we'll see ya. Have a good night.